All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to Planet Crafter again. I am Caffeinated Xennial here. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up some goo. We're going to hit the cave and the giant pit in the southwest corner of the map if you're looking at it. The only challenge with it is that I have never been down there, and I've set up myself probably an overly elaborate amount of safety because I've got my rover parked right outside with a completely loaded trunk full of all the goodies I need. Got lots of water, got food, got lots of these purifiers. You can see our terraforming index is about 330. So we're moving kind of slow. I decided I was going to kind of take it at a normal pace for the terraforming, especially because of all of the amount of goo that needs to be cleaned on the planet here. I think there's 2,000 total that you need to take care of, and I have successfully done 934 of them. Almost half. That's exciting. So we're going to go teleport ourselves over by the rover. And we just got done clearing that pond over there out. And we're here. We're going to go into this facility, and we're going to clean up whatever we can in here. I didn't see a ton of it, but there is some. And then from there, we've got this expansion down these railways to areas of excitement. So that's our current strategy. And these containers are amazing. They hold 72 toxic goo, and we can ship them back to base where I have a whole bunch of them. Here is my rover filled with good stuff, including the ability to make more of those containers. So let's go see what we got. Let's see what the inside looks like. All right, off to a busy start. There's something fun about like just having these things melt. So there's not a lot of some of them required materials offered in this map, but they do have a lot of deconstructibles, that's for sure. So that's how you get down there. Okay, so we've got an elevator that goes to the bottom. And we've got some good stuff here. With a lot of this, I have been just leaving it, and I'll come back after the places are purified and kind of do a giant loot run. So we've got this group down here. 74, that's not that much. I bet you the stuff down the railways a bit has more. But we're going upward. Looking forward to the time when we have breathable air again. It's quite a shock after spending millions of hours and Terra TI on all your other planets to suddenly not being able to breathe. And when possible, I'm not going to use my consumables for this. Then I believe this is set to give everything. All right, here we go. All right. I'm paranoid. Bringing all these consumables with me and have to keep emptying my inventory because of it. But I've been in situations recently with this where I will move myself down, going after some goo piles, and end up getting lost and barely making it and or not making it. Okay, so that goes up. Inventory full. I think I'm going to have to build a second container here. Let's do that. Alright, doing good. This is a very interesting dig site. However, this is definitely the way to one of the next areas. Wait, this is the way back to the first area. Broken track. Because that's my base. Alright, so we've got 20 some more. That one goes out to this area over here. No, it doesn't. Yes, if we split it, it does. All right. Where's the rest of the goo? Is it down below? The music is awesome. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna work our way downstairs. Using whatever we got here. It was exciting. It looks awesome down here. Definitely want that. Oh yeah. You can't get a reasonably long amount of time with one roll. Okay. Oh, this is the jackpot right here. They want my multiplier, don't they? Oh, fine. Looks like I'm gonna come back down here, but scouring the planet for those mushrooms is really kind of fun to see them right here. And we're out of space. I have 8, 7 left. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and refresh our oxygen here. And drop some of these things off. Little trick found out a long time ago. You don't have to wait for the oxygen to refill if you get in your rover. It does it instantly. Alright, let's finish this one up. I'm excited to move on to those next places. And to loot all these mushrooms. Looks like we got it all here. Yep. Sweet. Oh yeah. I need more of those for quite a while. I was already looking here. I have at least 100 energy fuses back home. I'm selling them right now. Okay, so apparently there's a Y coordinate to the toxicity level. Let's head back up. Here we go. very excited about all these mushrooms. We can turn these into lots of that goo stuff. So you need 1 iron. Here we are. I lied. I need 2 iron. Let my drones do some work here. Some water. Alright, let's head back down there. Alright. And we found the down arrow. Since this planet has no natural water cycle, we shouldn't have any problems with infiltration. Interesting. I wonder what that could mean. Alright. Hey, that's a cave. We'll come back to that. Alright. I feel like that means something. Let's go back upstairs. We're gonna come check out that cave. Nope. That was funny. Looks like we've got to drain this thing. Let's remind myself to come back to that. What do you say? I'm supposed to stop whining. Ah, well. That ain't gonna happen. But this makes me believe that there is another one of those purification systems. Let's see, where did I come up? load. And we can send one of these back. Okay, so 3, 4 containers, 5. That should be plenty. Tempted to just drive the rover over the cliff here. Kind of makes you wonder where the other one of these is. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with these little offshoots here. Uh-oh. We need some TNT. I wonder if there's going to be any in these containers. Don't really need those, but whatever. Alright, so we're gonna go look around this cave over here a little bit, and then I'm gonna go acquire some explosives. And we're back. Okay, we're gonna go do that now. What did I miss here? I wish I could pick that up. Space food. I wonder what you feed space. Yeah, let's figure out how we're gonna do this, because there's the obvious easy hack, which is send my trade rocket out there and grab some. Well, let's see what it takes to make them. Don't even remember. Is it the advanced? No, it's the biolab. We just have to build a biolab. I'm not doing that right now. Bring me things. A couple more of those. A few of those. Exploders. And then just bring in some metal. Alright, so we're going to have to play around for a little bit here. I want to see where my... Oh, my mushrooms are full, okay. Which means this thing is not getting full input. So I got autocrafters making these plastic, which we apparently have plenty of. Yep. So we're not pulling in more toxic water because I don't know. Because that's why. I know it's going to slow my terraform. I love watching drones go. It's going to slow my terraforming a bit, but just in case, I'm going to carry that with me. Let's see where we're at. 40 MPUs. I'll get a T3 machine pretty soon. I want that detoxo for my collection back at Prime. We're going to need to find some spacesuits and some frogs and some butterflies. Okay, that's being made now. Can we do this? So we're taking pristine water. We're not making those. Let's see, here we go. They're making, okay, we're making those. So this won't really start until I tell this one to stop. But it's being used for other things, it looks like. And I think I've got a few of these anyway. That's not quite enough, but we'll make it work. Yeah, sure. So while we're waiting for a few minutes, I saw on the map that there's a place up here. I do not remember how far up it was. Clearly not here. So I found 3 golden crates so far. I know there's a bunch more, but there was a pretty cool, like a prison up in the northwest corner, and it had a double like golden chests inside of it. It looked a lot like the ancestor, the Sentinels from Prime. This is probably the first one I cleared out, and then I have not come back yet for the loot. So we're gonna work on that. That's gonna be the eventual goal, is just cart a whole wad of iron around and drop some supply demand for anything good. The problem is that I've done so much on Prime that I really need nothing. So anything I've got here is just to help here. I need to decide if I want to build a thriving, beautiful base here, then yeah, I need to develop stuff. But if I'm just gonna set it off on terraforming and to forget about it, like I did with Aqualis, then I can kind of just leave stuff. Three minutes, alright. Yeah, so down there is where I'm kind of thinking our next step will be. Can I climb this? That would be awesome. Yeah. Oh, Blazer quartz. Exciting. This is quite epic. Alright, so I'm in the goo zone. Alright. Yeah, that would have been bad. That gives us another place to look around at. That must mean they're getting made. Yeah, now we're talking. Most of the good stuff seems to use that. Let's do that. And in theory, it should be here soon. After I do this next round of goo hunting, I'll put some effort into terraforming. Kick this into overdrive because it's moving very slow right now. Here it comes. Alright. Explosives time. Let's just take 3. I'm gonna leave all that for later. We go back. Really kind of curious what's going on here. Like, is the filter around somewhere? This is cool looking. Let's see the quartz. Am I stuck here? Like if... Big quartz. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure where, but here we go. Let's see, is there anything underwater? I'll never know. I'm not seeing it matter much. Alright, let's see. If I jump down, do I have a way back up? I need 2 fuses. Well, let's see if we can find more. I'm going to assume that I can craft them, but haven't seen that yet. That's where we just were. Okay, so we're gonna go back up. Figure out where to get one of these fuses from. Also, nuclear reactors just kind of sitting here. I did not intend this to be this much of a puzzle. I guess what I intended doesn't matter, does it? Probably shouldn't have skipped on all those crates this entire time. Anything else up here? Nope. What are we doing over here? Alright, well I guess we're gonna go swimming. Okay, somebody's gotta have one. No, don't have inventory space for that. Crates. And now 3. So I need 4 of these fuses. Of which I have, well, I have the 1. So 15 out of 40. I'll have to make a crafting station here. Let's see what we can build. You already came through here. This isn't going to be too much of a challenge, but it really depends on what they require for building this thing, or making these fuses, because I have a hard time believing that these are just out in the wild in exactly enough. So what was that we need? We have a quartz. We need silicon, titanium, and aluminum. A circuit board, which I just used a whole bunch of. Oh, that's pretty funny. Irony all over the place here. Yes, there were some crates over here. We've already been down here. No crate. Well, to get this thing moving on a little bit, gonna come back to that one in the next stream. I'll spend the next little bit going to another place that I was working on. Pivot. Take a little bit extra food with us because I don't have the rover over there. And don't care what these are labeled. Okay, now drop. We'll drop the fuse back into its spot here until we need it again. And this time we won't leave the circuits behind. It's northwest, not northeast, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Let's just see if we can do this real quick. Alright, what do we got? We have quartz, silicon, titanium. So in theory, this is everything we need to make this. Yeah, I don't see a multiplier or a few. Purification multiplier. Yeah, let's go take it out on some goo. So this prison took quite a while to clear out. Lots of really good stuff. Like I said, had what looked like a sentinel or a warden. Room with all the lush paradise type things. Time to get goo. Alright. That's really cool looking. Not scary at all. So I'm gonna run back to the base I set up over here, this little mini micro base. Grab the stuff to offload one of those containers. I think I may have just hit 1,000,000 Terra tokens. I think I was at 970,000 last time I took a look. Selling the, can't build this out here. Selling the fuses really makes a big difference for the cash flow. And, yep. So if I can put these anywhere, as long as you're outside of the toxic zone, it's quite helpful. I only have 2 oxygens on me. So we're trying to be smart here. Let's take a couple of those. Overall, I'm not really big on the progression. I think once this place is cleared out, I'm going to head back to Prime to increase the terraforming index, because if you look at my solar system map, Xennial is actually overtaking Prime. Prime's at, I think, 37 Terra, and Xennial is now up to 32. So we're going to need to fix that, because Prime's got to be Prime. Alright, up next. Yeah, there's one. Or I said they can't be found in the wild. Yeah, that's what happens. Wow. This is fast. And there's a problem here. This is going to get a little bit bulky here. I'll leave some other stuff behind, I think. We'll make one more trip up and then we'll close out the stream, come back next time and try to figure out the actual issue with that big dig site. I think what's going to have to happen now is that I'm going to have to go through all of these, loot up, and find more of those purifier fuses, because apparently I can't make them. Alright, let's do one more. Now, if we can only speed this up. Wait, I can use this bomb, right? So what happens if I do that? Well, that was effective. Theory, I don't even have to loot it. Alright, so where's the last of it? Here we are. All done. And there's a message. What's to say? The planet is no longer valuable. Hey, you're on 5. Take a multiplier. Okay, we're out of here. So we have 3 now. We need 2 more. And we're gonna run on back to our little mini base. This way. Seems like my average tokens have gone down. I wonder if there's a production issue and I'm only like making fabric or something back at the main base. Alright. Well, for anybody that takes a look at this after, hope you enjoy it. Come stop by next time and say hi. Bye bye.